Hey everyone, Nick here with the Best Buy blog. You just heard the PSR-E373, the newest iteration of the second model in the PSR line. The PSR line is basically geared towards beginners, but it has tons and tons of options to make it a very interesting and viable keyboard. In this case, it's a 61 note keyboard that has light keys or organ style keys. And this particular model has 622 different sounds. That's a lot of sounds, and it covers basically every type of instrument that you can find. You'll have access to pianos, electric pianos, organs, and other natures of instruments such as strings, guitars, basses, woodwinds, brass, percussion, drum kits, synthesizers, basically anything you can imagine. It doesn't stop there though. You can combine two different sounds with the dual voice function. So honestly, you can create really unique textures with that function, and the possibilities are immense. You can also add some effects. You can add a choice. You'll be able to choose between 38 different effects, including 9 different reverbs. So there's like an immense amount of possibilities right there. There's built-in speakers. They're powerful enough to fill a decent-sized household room, so you'll have some monitoring for your practice. But on the back panel, you have a headphone out to use headphones with for silent practice. You can also use that output to connect to a console or directly to a PA system. There's also a USB connection available. This will transmit MIDI information for you to control external instruments. The PSR series is a series of arranger keyboards. So on the fly, you'll be able to create arrangements with these buttons here. You'll be able to cue in different sections of songs, such as intros and endings, add fills. It's really fun to use, and it really will develop your musicality. It's sort of an advanced feature, but Yamaha found a clever way to ease beginners into it, and that's the one-note chord function. So instead of actually spelling out full chords for the keyboard to accompany with, so the keyboard knows which harmony to use in the accompaniment, well, the one-note chord function will try its best to figure out what you're trying to play, and you can select a key, so you'll be able to effectively accompany yourself with just using one note chords. So that's a great feature for beginners and people that really want to start accompanying themselves with the keyboards, arranger keyboards. And there's also a lesson feature, which is really interesting. You'll have different types of lessons on the LCD screen here, and you kind of follow along to the instructions. It's a really good supplement to private lessons. It won't replace private lessons anytime soon, but it's still a great way to have some more stuff to explore in a totally different and interactive fashion. One of the new features, and a feature I really like on the PSR-373, is the articulation button. A lot of sounds have this function where you can access a different technique for that particular instrument. For example, if you're playing a nylon string guitar on your keyboard and you press on that articulation before you press a key, well, instead of hearing a regular guitar note, you'll actually hear a harmonic played at that pitch. Harmonics are really sweet sounding note that you probably recognize when you hear it on the keyboard. And depending on the instrument you use, you'll get different techniques. For example, if you're using a bass guitar, well, pressing on the articulation button, well, you'll hear a slide going down. So you can really, add a lot of neat techniques and effects to your playing just with the press of a single button. I actually went ahead and recorded an example of this articulation because it's a really cool feature. It's a new feature on this keyboard, and it will give you an example of what you can do with it. So thanks to the amount of features on the PSR-E373 and the fact that it has touch sensitivity, which means that it will actually perform softer notes when you play soft and louder notes when you play loud, this is a great choice for beginners. It has tons of features to keep the interest in the player, and there's also additional features to develop musicality in the young apprentice. You'll be able to use the built-in lessons to supplement your learning, and eventually start working on your own arrangements, all on your first keyboard. So I think it's a good option for that. For more casual players, this is also a good option because you'll be able to store it easily, and if you want to take it with you to the cottage, for example, well, it's light and it won't take up much space in your vehicle. If you want more information about the Yamaha PSR-E373, please go read my full review on Best Buy's blog. My name is Nick. Thank you so much for watching.